Hey everyone, 10 hours left in the weekly vote on the Clash vote here in the Amazon App Store uh, Evony channel. Again, if you don't have that, I'll put a link in the description of this video. But do remember to vote for your favorite alliance. My alliance is kind of struggling a little bit right now, but even if you don't notice this before this week ends, there will be another, I think, 2 weeks of voting to go. Uh, my alliance will likely be eliminated, but that's okay. I'll put that link in the description of the video, and we'll get on to the video. Hey everyone, welcome back to OptimizEvony. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I don't often do this, but I'm going to share some of my accomplishments recently, and you might be able to see it on the screen, but that is K45. I have officially started K45, and what a slog it has been. Holy cow, the amount of resources, the amount of speeds, is just crazy. So I'll briefly talk a little bit about what's required. So basically, to get to K45, the requirements are all of the troop buildings. So all of Archer Camp, barracks, workshop, and stables, all to 44. So what that means is that once you get to K45, it's pretty easy to unlock T16s. It's pretty easy to kind of max out, so to speak. But which is very different from how they did K40, where basically getting to K40 wasn't so bad, but then unlocking T15s was just horrendous because a lot of people still had those back at level 35 because there was no reason to upgrade them before. Um, but yeah, so let's talk about all the buildings that are required. So most people will do like Rally Spot and Military Academy and things like that. But the only required buildings are what I'll talk about. So that is Embassy, War Hall, which is required for workshop, walls, obviously to 44, and then Archer Tower to 44. So Archer Tower and walls are required for Archer Camp to 44. And then Stables doesn't require anything other than once it goes from 43 to 44, you need Archer Camp 44 before you're able to unlock that. And then barracks doesn't need anything additional either. So let's just quickly calculate that. That's 4, 8, 12. Is that right? 4, 8, 12. Yep. 16, 20, 24, 28, 29 buildings, and then 30 being K45, the actual building itself. I don't think I'm missing anything there, but the problem is that they're all super expensive buildings. So I will share the amount of res that I've used in this event to kind of push it over the edge, and this was just doing five builds, I should say, including K45. But that included 2 levels of Archer Camp, 1 level of Stables, and 1 level of Workshop, and then K45. And so this is the amount of res that was required just for those 4 buildings. So obviously, if you extrapolate that out, these were some of the more expensive buildings, but you know 30 buildings worth of this is just an incredible slog. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk through that. It is an incredible accomplishment. Obviously, I'm not there yet. In fact, I don't actually have enough speeds to finish it. So I'll be killing a bunch of Cerberuses and getting those speeds where I can. But yeah, next event, almost certainly I'll have enough speeds to get there, and then hopefully do like Rally Spot and things like that, which are a little bit cheaper builds too. Um, but yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk quickly about is the Tomb Expedition event, because this was brought to my attention that this is one of the cheaper places to get the military strategic general chest, which, of course, is all of the super premium duty generals and things like that. And typically, you're able to get this for like 2 or 3 triple downs on the $100 pack. So it is cheaper than most of the other ways to get it, but it's obviously still quite expensive. So if you need a copy or two of a general, you can do that across a couple events, and it'll be a little bit cheaper for you. Um, but yeah, that's kind of this video. Not too much going on. A lot of good discussion on my last video. I do love to see the comments. I did post one video and like only one person had a comment, and I like had to check it multiple times to see if something had gone wrong in the uploading or things like that. But I do appreciate you guys sharing your comments on that stuff. Um, for a lot of people have been bringing up suggestions on how to kind of fix things or how to l- change the gap. A lot of people have kind of talked through about there's just this massive, massive gap between buffs and debuffs now, where debuffs tend to benefit the more defensive keeps, which tend to be less the huge whales and more the free to play or low coiners. Um, that is definitely a thing. I mean, you only have so many sub slots. You only the generals only give so much, and there's so many ways to get offensive buffs versus the debuffs. So that is a definitely a good call out. And then a bunch of people have been kind of talking through how to make it a little bit more fair and things like that. And really, it keeps coming down to the fact that like you need to have the the buffs be attainable at some point for free to play players, right? And right now that's not true. Like there are just things that you cannot get in this game if you do not spend money. And so uh, really, in my opinion, the only way you permanently fix a massive buff gap is you give a way for people to grind to get those buffs. It keeps people engaged in the game. It also, I mean, quite frankly, it's going to push people to spend more because if people are grinding to get things, it's going to make the game more competitive. Like right now, the game is so not competitive. I just watched the BOC between Vig and RSP, and n- those those are both very, very good alliances. Probably, top one, two, however many you wanna talk through, but like top alliances in the game, right? Massive coiners in both alliances. Both alliances have at least one K or at least one VIP 26, if not more. And Vig just quite frankly destroyed them. Um, like they killed every single one of the RSP players. Even like Karamor and Oz, who are like 130 billion keeps with really good buffs, uh, and had like 70, 80 million reigns. They were just eating through them, and like yeah, they didn't go crazy negative. They went negative on those keeps for sure, but like that was mostly because they had killed everyone else first, and so they were dusty on troops and things like that. But like if if RSP is going to get completely zeroed by Vig, like who? how is that translating to all the rest of the alliances, right? Like there's just such a big power gap that like is not it, it's it's going to make it not fun for the people in VIG, to keep pushing and keep coining and things like that, because they don't have any competition left, and so Evony needs to give them competition by making it a little bit easier for other people to get stuff. Um, that's all I don't want to go too much into that. Like that's a rant for another time. I really just wanted to share the good news about starting K45. I yeah, it's I'm sure I'll have some more updates on there, and getting all the speeds and res required is just a massive slog. So for those of you going through it right now, don't give up. You will get there eventually, but it is just such a pain. Um, but yeah, it's worth it in the end for that little bit of extra buffs and march size and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's all I had for you guys in today's video. Thanks for watching, and as always, please do remember to like and subscribe.